Shavi. I'm here to talk about on topic wildlife forensics. Now we'll talk about what is wildlife forensics. Wildlife forensics is a branch of forensic science which deals with the crime or legal cases that involves wildlife, that is flora and fauna. This field is basically integrated with other fields of science, that is biology, chemistry and anthropology, and these all together work for the protection and conservation of wildlife. This field examines and investigates wildlife crimes by using various scientific measures. Now we will talk about what is wildlife crime. Wildlife crime is an illegal or unlawful act against wildlife, that is flora and fauna. It involves exploitation of biodiversity or harming the animals and make them suffer. Wildlife crime is now considered as the fourth largest organized crime in the worldwide. There are four significant categories of wildlife crime, that is poaching, possession, illegal wildlife trade and cruelty against animal. Now we will talk about these categories in details. First is poaching. Poaching is the illegal trapping or hunting of animals in the areas where the activities are forbidden, like a wildlife sanctuary or national parks. It is a crime nowadays because hunting and kidnapping is illegal. There are some examples of poaching. African rhinoceros are poached for their horns, and tigers, Royal Bengal tigers are poached for their skin and claws. Elephants are poached and killed for ivory and tusk. Now second, we will talk about second category of the wildlife crime, that is illegal wildlife trade. Illegal wildlife trade is the sale or exchange of various parts of flora and fauna and their products in the country or internationally. This includes elements like trafficking, demanding and poaching. There are some examples of illegal wildlife trade are the skin, claws, whiskers and other body parts of tiger and leopards are illegally traded. The ivory of elephant is illegally traded and uses in ornaments. The horns of rhinoceros are illegally traded. The many pet birds and fishes for aquarium are illegally traded too. Now we will talk about third category, that is possession. Possession is the illegal ownership of animal for business, leisure or trade purpose for making money and profit, which is also a crime. Now the fourth category is cruelty. Cruelty is the harming or hurting of wild animals, which is also a crime and it should be banned. Now therefore these activities are increasing at alarming rate and the wildlife crime is increasing too. So therefore many organizations came across to control the wildlife crime, and laws are set up to conserve and protect the wildlife. So there is a IUCN maintains rate data book which contains the list of species at any point they live. The rate data book also contains a list of endangered, threatened, rare and extinct species. Now there is another agreement which is signed globally between the government of various countries, which is known as CITES. The main objective of CITES is to control the illegal wildlife trade and to protect the species from overexploitation and from harm. In India, the Wildlife Protection Act is made and implemented on 9 September 1972. It is implemented all over the India except Jammu and Kashmir. The main objective of Wildlife Protection Act was to stop and ban on activities like hunting, poaching, killing, trapping, poisoning of animals. Many rules and regulations are made to control wildlife commerce and trading. Under this act, many wildlife sanctuaries, zoo and national parks are set up to provide security to the wildlife animals. So for For the increasing wildlife crime, there is need of forensic wildlife laboratory investigate wildlife crime. The wildlife forensic laboratories have various units, that is morphological unit. This unit analyzes the botanical and zoological evidences. Chemistry unit, second unit is chemistry unit, which this unit analyzes the cases related to chemical poisoning and toxins. Another unit is pathology unit. It do the autopsies of bodies and determine the mode of and cause of death. Next is molecular biology unit, which deals with the DNA by analyzing serum, blood or urine. Next is digital analysis unit, which analyzes audio and video clips. Next is criminalistics unit. Criminalistics unit analyzes the weapons and tools used for killing and hunting. Last is question document unit, which analyzes the licenses or paid papers. Now we will talk about the crime scene investigation of wildlife crime. There are following steps should be followed to investigate a wildlife crime. First of all, it is necessary to identify the species, whether it is traded illegally or legally. Second, if any biological evidence is found, then it should be examined to which species it belongs. Thirdly, identify the geographical location of the species. Fourth, identify the morphological trait of this species, like animal tracks, pug marks, whisker, hairs and horn, and skull, bone, etc. Then molecular markers should be identified. These are the some points which is necessary to investigate wildlife crime. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Wildlife Control Bureau of India are working to control wildlife crime in India, and also many organizations are set up for the protection and conservation of wildlife and as well as nature. Thank you so much. I hope this video will help you in gaining something productive. Please like and subscribe my video.